A shortcut button to open the spectrometer configuration window, this one here, will be enabled if a spectrometer is connected to the system and has been successfully detected and initialized by Libsoft. For the EMU spectrometer, this requires that the Catalina Scientific Kestrel spec application is also running in the background, as shown here. A separate video describes how to run Kestrel spec for this purpose. Selecting the shortcut button will display the configuration window on top of the main Libsoft screen. The parameters in the top section of the spectrometer configuration window specify the wavelength, range and resolution of the spectrometer. The start and stop wavelength parameters specify the range, and the step wavelength parameter specifies the resolution. Typical values of these parameters are shown, however they depend on the cassette installed in the spectrometer. Details can be found in the spectrometer's user's manual. APL can also provide advice on the parameters that should be used. Once these parameters have been set, they can generally be left unchanged. The parameters in the central region of the configuration window directly affect the acquired spectra. A typical value of EM gain is displayed, but this can be adjusted within certain limits depending on the intensity of the acquired spectra. If the enable checkbox is unticked, like that, the gain will effectively be set to 0. The exposure time is the time for which the detector is exposed to the plasma light generated by the interaction of the laser output with the sample. The integration delay is the delay between the laser shot and the time at which the detector is first exposed to the plasma light. For the EMU spectrometer, this delay is introduced by a separate delay generator. This is usually a Quantum Composer's 9200 series device that is shipped with APL systems that use the EMU spectrometer. Libsoft communicates directly with this device to set the delay, and therefore this delay generator must be specified in the initial Libsoft system configuration window and then successfully initialized by the application. If it isn't, the integration delay parameter will be disabled and grayed out. There are two checkboxes in the lower section of the configuration window. If the display max counts box is checked, then the maximum number of counts detected in the acquired spectrum is displayed in the title bar of the spectrum display. This value can be useful in gauging the overall intensity of the spectrum and whether the spectrometer parameters, for example the EM gain, should be adjusted to improve the acquired data. Note that the value displayed is the average counts per accumulation, and the maximum value for an unsaturated acquisition should therefore be approximately 55,000. If the Save Image File box is checked, then the image data acquired by the spectrometer is saved alongside the spectrum file. Kestrel spec can be used separately to reprocess the data in this image file if required. However, this is not usually necessary. Refer to the Kestrel spec manual for details. In the bottom right-hand corner of the configuration window, there is a button to reinitialize the spectrometer, this one here. This is generally only necessary if there is an unexpected communications failure between the computer and the spectrometer module. The parameter values currently displayed in this configuration window will be saved to the Libsoft configuration file when the application is shut down and automatically reloaded the next time the application is started.